Okay, well, welcome to the 10-day challenge kickoff. My name is Jen Wynn. I'm the director of nutrition at Sweet Pea Plant-Based Kitchen. So we've launched our 2.0 version of the 10-day challenge, and this challenge is for anyone who's looking to give whole food plant-based eating a try. They're looking for a kickstart back into whole food plant-based eating, or they're looking for a community where they can participate together with others that are doing the 10-day challenge. So what we're going to do today, we will be going through the different programs that are available for the 10-day challenge. We'll talk about what's included in each program. I'm going to help you place your order. So if you already know how to place your order, just please bear with us so I can show everyone how to place their order. We'll be going through the guide that I had just sent in the chat box. Again, if you're not able to access the chat for whatever reason, I will send it via email, and we try and save the guides and the handouts for people who have signed up for the challenge. Okay, so I will be sending that to people who have already placed their order for the 10-day challenge. And then what we'll do is we'll end by talking about what happens after the 10-day challenge, because oftentimes people do the 10-day challenge and they really have no guidance in terms of what to do after. So I'm going to provide you with that guidance in terms of the different routes that you can take. And at the end, we'll answer any questions that you might have about the 10-day challenge or going whole food plant-based. And FYI, we do have a resource suite on our website. So if you have not visited that resource suite, you can take a look. There are resources for cooking recipe websites, cookbooks, an introduction to whole food plant-based eating from various medical doctors and people who are in the space, including dietitians, as well as other medical professionals as well. So that is on our resource suite. So let's talk about the different programs that are available. Currently, the people that have signed up on this current plan or on this first 10-day challenge that we have here in August mostly have done the 1 meal per day program, which you have credit for about 10 meals. There's also the 2 meals per day plan, which includes 20 meals, and then the 20 meals per day plus, which includes the 20 meals in addition to 10 add-on items. So that could be our salad dressings, our snack bars that you see, so cookie dough, muffins, granola bars, and then we also have some sort of a dip or hummus. In addition to that, you also included in that program is a 30-minute consultation with a dietitian. So that's either with me or with Kendra. What we'll do in that 30-minute consultation is it's an opportunity for us to help further guide you in terms of what your goals are. And so you'll get more of a customized plan in terms of which direction. The guide will still be the same, but we're going to provide you with more guidance in terms of how do you navigate through maybe eating out socially or celebrations if that's something that's coming up. We can also further assist you with any underlying medical conditions that you might have that we might need to pay attention to. Things like tracking your progress. Those are other things that we can assist with it during that 30-minute consultation. And again, if you have any questions regarding the different programs or what's going to work best for you, you can always schedule for a complimentary 20-minute consultation to meet with a dietitian. Our 10-day challenge will be on a rolling start. So say you try this out for the first 10 days, you got the hang of it. Now you want to do another 10 days, but maybe meet with a dietitian and have a little bit more guidance. We're happy to do that with you. Okay, so you can schedule for a 20-minute complimentary consultation, or you can plan on doing the 2 meals per day and schedule that 30-minute meeting with a consultation with a dietitian, which is included in that program when you purchase it. So let's talk about what's included in each of these programs. So the program includes your meals for your lunches and or your dinners. For those of you that are doing the 1 meal per day, okay, you can be doing your meals. You can be using the Sweet Pea meals for your lunches, or you can be using them for your dinners. Now, some of the meals you might be able to split in half. Some of them you can have whole. You really want to pay attention to your level of fullness when you're having the meals. On the guide, when we take a look at it shortly, what you're going to notice that we're using full meals. Some of the meals, like the lasagna dish, we're going to encourage you to do half of the meals and also have a side salad with it, because on the sweet pea menu, we don't have a lot of leafy greens, and that's because we try and encourage our clients to go out and do leafy greens on their own. So if you're doing the one meal a day and you end up with, say, a sweet pea meal for dinner, I would encourage you to do a salad for lunch. And if you are not doing this 100%, feel free to add chicken or fish or your lean protein of choice if you're not 100% whole food plant-based. For those of you that are 100% whole food plant-based, you'll notice that in the guide, there are also recipes attached to that guide as well. You'll also be getting daily emails. Okay, so the emails will have content related to additional education on whole food plant-based eating. It'll talk about portion sizes, how to determine what are appropriate serving sizes for you. We'll also have recipes listed on the emails that you'll be getting, as well as getting into meal planning. And on the guide that you receive, you also have a blank meal planner sheet that's attached to there. But again, the resource suite that's online also offers other resources that you might find useful. So let's shift gears really quick and let's take a look at the guide. It's going to look very similar to this here. Okay, it's going to have a front page. You can print it out or you can just view it electronically or on your phone. There is a disclaimer in there because this is not intended to treat a specific medical condition, and we don't want you to use it in place of any treatment or disease that might require you to see a physician. Okay, so in other words, this is really just a nutrition plan. If you have an underlying medical condition where you do need to consult with a healthcare provider, we encourage you to reach out to your physician, or you can schedule a consultation to meet with a dietitian so we can meet with you and further guide you in terms of which direction you need to go. So that's just a disclaimer. The first working page that you see here is your guide to success. We're going to go through these notes here, but this is just something for you to take a look at and to review. These are things that we've gathered from our other clients, working with them through the Whole Health Reset program. And these are our top 5 tips for you. So throughout the program, you want to make sure that you focus on a variety of things. So things like keeping your motivation levels up, staying hydrated, preparing your body for the 10-day challenge and for this transition to be able to incorporate whole food plant-based eating safely. And then also immersing yourself in education and information to make sure that this is sustainable for you, because we often eat due to information that we know. So if the information makes sense to you, the more likely that you'll stick with the plan of the program. On the guide, we'll talk about caffeine, plant-based milks, sugar-sweetened beverages, alcohol intake, and what our recommendations are for those various beverages that you might consume in a day. Here on this 5th page here, you see our 4-week cycle menu. In various settings, you'll see a cycle menu used. And so what a cycle menu is after 4 weeks, you're going to see these menu options repeated. So there will always be chef specials listed on the menu. We usually have about 2 chef specials on there, in addition to some soups, which you'll also see noted on the guide as well. On the right-hand side, these are side options and veggies that you can incorporate in addition to a meal. So again, paying attention to your hunger and fullness cues, and being able to identify, do you need a salad in addition to having a sweet pea meal? And if you do, consider adding a leafy green salad, and this is the recipe for it. The other option is to do a soup option. There are recipes at the end, or you can do a sweet pea soup. Continuing on here, so these are other options here listed here. So we have our veggie option where you can do your veggies cooked, either cruciferous veggies or leafy greens cooked. So these are our two veggie options that you can choose from. Let's talk briefly about breakfast. So again, depending on whether you're doing this 100% or you're doing this 50% or 75%, we've provided breakfast options for you, along with the recommendations on when you should have breakfast. So again, this is just a general guide in terms of serving sizes. This is what most of our clients do in terms of serving sizes for each of these options. So you have an oatmeal option, you have a toast option, a smoothie, and a cereal option. I won't go into detail in terms of why we include certain ingredients. That's more so for the education. So if you'd like to understand more of why we incorporate some of these foods, again, I encourage you to schedule a meeting with a dietitian so we can spend more time going through the education with you. Next, we have our snack options. Snacks will vary from person to person. Some people wake up very early in the morning and they might have an early morning meal. If you have an early morning meal, you might need a mid-morning snack. So those are just some considerations. You want to try and have a snack, um, preferably 2 to 3 hours after your first meal. If you're feeling hungry, if you don't feel hungry, you can certainly skip a snack and go to your lunch or dinner. But our rule of thumb is to try and have a meal or a snack no more than 5 hours in between meals. Okay, because past that 5-hour point, a lot of things are happening physiologically. So these are our snack options. We have fruit mixed with some unsalted dry roasted nuts. We have veggies with a hummus or a dip of some sort, and then we also have our fruit with some dry roasted edamame. And these snack combinations are strategically put together. If there are other things that you find are missing in your diet and you're wanting certain textures, you can always reach out to me and I can always provide you with other snack options, but we just wanted to keep this very simple for you and very doable. You can find a lot of these ingredients at Wegmans or at Tops, or if you're an online shopper, I'm pretty sure that you can find it on Amazon as well. Okay. So now we're going to go into our first days 1 to 7. You'll see here that these are some suggested menu items for you to purchase. If you've had our the sweet pea meals before and you know that there are certain meals that you prefer not to have, you can always substitute it for another meal. So just keep in mind that whatever you substitute, you want to also change on this actual meal plan here. Okay. We also have a list of meals to freeze. When you go online, I will point it out to you. There are some freezer-friendly meals. Those freezer-friendly meals are meant to be put in the freezer so you can have them later on in the week. And we encourage you to take a look at the meal plan ahead of time so you know which meals to take out. We recommend taking them out 24 to 48 hours prior to having them so they can thaw in the refrigerator. And then you can just heat them in your mode of preference. So my partner and I previously did not have a microwave, so we heated everything up in the oven or on the stove. That's an option if you'd like, if you prefer not to use the microwave as well. So know that you can do that with some of the meals. Alternatively, if there aren't 7 meals on the sweet pea menu that you don't like, again, please use our resource suite and locate recipes. I also included a few popular recipes at the end of the guide as well that you can also use if you prefer to do that for some of your meal options. So let's go to day 1 through 7. You'll see here that these are the suggested breakfast options in addition to the snack options that you saw. So what I did was I just put certain snacks and certain breakfast options there, alternated it throughout the week. If you prefer to just do oatmeal every day of the week, That's perfectly fine. We just encourage you to change up your snack options because the more variety that you have, the more nutrients that you'll get. And then you'll see on here as well the lunch recommendations and the dinner recommendations. Keep in mind that we try and have the fresher items closer to the beginning of the week. We'll talk more about the meal order period and why we want those meals earlier in the week. The frozen meals we want closer to the end of the week. So you'll notice that towards the end of the week, we have the frozen meals that I have listed at the top there for you to have. And then you'll see that some of the meals are paired up with veggies. Again, that's just to encourage more variety and a more complete meal during that meal period. Okay. Lunch of choice, again, like I mentioned, if you're not doing this 100%, that's your option to choose to do. If you would like to stay whole food plant-based 100%, the easiest thing to do is to incorporate a salad, throw on some beans, and throw on some whole grains in there. And if you refer back to that 5th page where it had recommendations for side veggies, you can use that formula, maybe increase the leafy greens just slightly and increase the whole grains and the beans by maybe a 1/4 cup. So you have 1/2 cup of each. Okay. And then we move into days 8 and 10, which will be the final days of your 10-day challenge. If you want to continue past the 10 days, I did provide other options for you because going to the 10 days, you won't get to experience the remainder of the menu for week 4 cycle menu. So I have listed on here 3 meals. So if you decide that you don't want these 3 meals, you want to order these 3 meals, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure that you swap that out on the menu for days 8 through 10. And then you see here that I had the option for you to finish, and then you can decide if you want to finish out the 2 weeks and try and experience it for 2 weeks. That's your choice, but that option is there. Just know that if you purchase the 1 meal program, you will have to order additional meals, and you can do add-on items at the end of the week if you choose to. And then here you'll find the blank meal planners that we provided to you along with recipes. And these are just a few popular recipes that our clients like. There are more on our resource suite that you can use as well. Okay. Any questions that you have, again, please type them in the box. And then what we will do is we'll address them towards the end. So now we're going to go over meal ordering and how to place your meal. So let me share my screen one more time. Meal orders, keep in mind that meal orders are due every Wednesday. Okay, so today I'm walking you through the meal order process. That way you have an idea of what to do. So if you can place your order tonight, that would be great. That way, if you have any issues, you can reach out to me or to Chef Ryan and we can help place your order. So for those of you that have placed your order for the 1 meal per day, you're going to be ordering 7 meals and then you're going to order your remainder 3 meals next week. So you're only ordering 7 meals if you're doing the 1 meal program. If you're doing 2 meals per day, you're ordering 14 meals. If you've ordered the 2 meals plus, you're going to do your 14 meals plus any snacks or any dips or salad dressings that you want to purchase for the week as well. Okay. Again, deadline for ordering is on Wednesday, so tomorrow 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time is the deadline for ordering. So we encourage you to set an alarm every week as a reminder to place your order. The dietitians we usually recommend our clients to do it on Sundays because Sundays is when you actually get your meals. So Sunday is usually the recommended day that we have you place your orders. So let's go through placing your order for meals. And this is the same process for our clients who transition out of the whole health reset and start to order meals a la carte. So you want to go to the Sweet Pea homepage, which is sweetpeaplantbased.com. First thing that you want to do is you want to log in. So to log into your account, you're going to click the icon on the right-hand side of the banner. That's going to open up this login page, and I'm going to be logging in to my private email account. Oops. So let's do this. Oh, it didn't let me log into my private account. That's okay. So you'll see here that when you log into your account, you're going to have store credit. It's not going to be nearly as much as what I have here, but you will have some store credit. Let me actually log out really quick and try and do that one more time using my other email. Oh, it automatically logged me in. Okay, well, anyways, so once you're logged in, you're going to see this dashboard here. Next step, you're going to go into meals and you're going to select a la carte. Okay, when you click on meals, it will also take you automatically to the a la carte page. This is where you're going to be placing your orders. Keep in mind that the 10-day challenge meals that you purchase does not include breakfast. So if you do, well, it does include breakfast, because if you're doing one meal a day and you choose to do breakfast, that can be your one meal. But we encourage you to use the meals for the dinners, lunches and dinners, because breakfast is really easy to, are easy options to put together. So on here, there's usually 7 to 8 main entrees. So there's always 2 chef specials. If you click on the meal, it'll provide you with a description of what the meal is. Okay. You'll also note that there are freezer-friendly icons here. If you have certain restrictions, you can also sort by certain restrictions if needed. Okay. But what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to place things into my cart. So I'm going to do a total of 7 items. It's going to take you right into your cart. I'm going to go back to meals. I'm just going to continue adding options here. And if you need to figure out how many items you have in your cart, you can scroll to the top here and it'll tell you that number there that's listed 5. So I have 5 so far. I'm going to add 2 more. I'm going to do the falafel bowl and the Don Don noodle bowl, which is one of my favorites. So once you have everything in your cart, you're going to hit that cart button on the top right-hand corner. And then what we're going to do now is just verify everything looks good and that you have everything. The store pickup delivery will automatically be in there. Okay, so I'm just going to count to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have 6 because it counted the store credit as a meal. So I'm going to add 1 more, 7. So once you have your meals in your cart, what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that you hit apply store credit. Okay. If you want local delivery, it's an $8 flat rate for delivery. You will need to enter in your zip code in there. So I'm just going to do store pickup for now, but know that local delivery is available. So from there, you want to hit apply store credit. It'll say a discount is applied. Then you want to hit checkout. Your balance will be 0. So this is just what you see here on the screen, these numbers and letters is a store credit associated with your account. Okay. So your balance will be 0. You want to make sure that you put in your information here. You can subscribe to emails if you prefer. I'm just going to select the Culver Road address. You're going to hit continue. And then it's going to ask you to continue to payment. Okay. Which your order will be free. So your order is free, no payment required. Okay. And then you hit complete order. And now your order is processed and we've received your order on the back end, and you'll receive a confirmation via email. It'll give you details on pickup time. Pickup time is on Sundays between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. at our kitchen location, 777 Culver Road in Rochester. So that is how you place your order. If you have any issues or any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I've emailed you, so you should have my email. If you don't, please check your spam. Okay. I'm going to transition back into our PowerPoint here. So we've gone through placing your order, and let's go to our final slide here, which is how to be successful on the 10-day challenge. And then also, well, it's actually second to last slide. So tracking your progress, again, this is a self-guided 10-day challenge. We encourage you to track your progress, whether it's related to the way that you feel, your sleep patterns, your energy levels, changes in your bowel movements are also positive things for some people as well. So those are things that we encourage you to track, okay? Weight is one thing. The weight shifts based on a number of things. So if you're someone who's motivated by weight, yes, your weight will change, but more importantly, it's important to track how you're feeling, because what you're feeling internally is also going to be something that's longer term sustainable for you to keep up with. Physical activity looks different for everybody. If you're not ready to take this on, don't feel rushed to do it. Maybe consider doing it the next time around that you maybe jump on a 10-day challenge, or if you decide to start the Whole Health Reset program. But if you aren't doing any physical activity, it's okay. We encourage our clients to start slowly, even if it's just moving up and down from your seat. That counts as movement in the day. Walking counts as well, or walking your dog, or walking around the park, or walking around the mall. I have clients that do that during the winter time. So any type of movement pattern is recommended when you're ready for it safely. As I mentioned earlier, education is very much so linked to the information that we know, and that also determines our food choices as well. So I encourage you to get educated. Forks Over Knives is a great website. Nutritionfacts.org is another great website. There are also tons of books out there. How Not to Die by Dr. Michael Greger. The China Study is a long time classic for many people who are whole food plant-based. And there are many documentaries out there as well on whole food plant-based eating. Again, we have a list of resources available on our website at www.sweetpeaplantbased.com, and then you want to look at the resource suite. Accountability is very important. As you saw in the guide, that's something that we encourage you to do, is look for someone to keep you accountable, because the more support that you have, the more likely that you'll be successful. That can be a coworker, a friend, a colleague, that maybe at work with you, children, people that maybe you see socially for certain activities. Just have someone keep you accountable, or working with a dietitian or a personal trainer. Um, the next thing is cooking. So this is only if you're ready for it. We have some clients who don't cook at all because they're for a variety of reasons. They don't want to make a mess in their kitchen. They might live alone, and so cooking for most recipes usually involves about 4 servings, and they don't want to eat the same thing. But we encourage people to try and cook at least several times in doing the 10-day challenge. Maybe you don't do it this 10-day challenge. Maybe it's the next challenge that you do, or the week after doing the challenge, you decide that you want to take on a recipe. But we encourage you to cook. That way you can explore with different flavors and get into the rhythm of understanding how to cook whole food plant-based. Other things that you can do to be successful: join our Sweet Pea group page, which is listed here. I will send the PowerPoints. You have the link for that as well. You can also join the Eat Plants Love Facebook group, which is a local Facebook group that was created locally, but now the originators of the Facebook group are in North Carolina, but they have started a community of whole food plant-based eaters. They often will post recipes on there. If you have questions about certain foods or certain ingredients, you can ask it on there, and there are tons of people that will also reply to that page. So let's talk briefly about what happens after the challenge. As I mentioned, you are welcome to join another 10-day challenge. You can schedule a consultation to meet with a dietitian if you have further questions after doing the challenge. You can start our Whole Health Reset program, which is a longer program. This program, I would say, is anywhere between 4 to 8 weeks. Within that program, you also get education with a dietitian. You're working one-on-one. You get weekly accountability for those 4 to 8 weeks. Okay. You can also jump on a meal plan after the 10-day challenge. So say you're trying this out, see if it's for you. You decide that you want to do 7 meals per week for all of your lunches. Jump on a meal plan. It's an automatic subscription, so you don't have to worry about placing an order every week. It just automatically orders for you, and you just go in and select your meals. And then, of course, the last option is to order meals a la carte. And this is, after you do the 10-day challenge, you can order X amount of meals at any point during the week.